Now, I don't know much, but I do know that America loves when our Hollywood actors and actresses take time out of their busy schedule, being the top 1%, to speak down to the rest of society. And Marvel Cinematic Universe is full of far left activists. And this time last year, or last November, I believe, we had a wonderful piece of propaganda put out, which was reacted to the tune of over 120,000 dislikes. If you don't remember that little piece of art, here's a refresher.
On Tuesday, November 8th, this country will make one of the most important
decisions in its history.
You have a chance.
You have an obligation
to be a part of that decision.
You might think it's not important. You might think you're not important.
But that's not true.
You only get this many famous people together if the issue's
one that truly matters to all of us.
a disease or
ecological crisis or
a racist, abusive coward who could permanently damage the fabric of our society.
Do the math.
Do we really want to give nuclear weapons to a man whose signature move is firing?
Firing things?
Now that video currently stands at 122,000 dislikes. And the thing is that the message to register to vote is a good one. You should know that voting in this country, at least, I view it as a privilege. It's a privilege that not everyone has in the world, and I feel a sense of obligation to vote. The problem is when they turn a good message into propaganda. They not only tell you to vote, but then go on to tell you who to vote for. And if there's anything you can say about Americans, whether it be good or bad, if you tell them they can't do something, they're going to do it. Now we see a new ad featuring washed up folks like David Hogue, who probably couldn't even start a pull lawnmower if his life depended on it, telling us again, this time, they've used sexual innuendo to convince us to vote.
My first time,
I was nervous.
My first time
was in the back of a firehouse.
Ha 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 ha, I get it. Hey kids, we hear you like sex. How about if we combine it with your civic duty of voting? Would that get you to vote for the candidate we want you to vote for? See, the tricky thing is, while this ad will not be as widely disliked because it fails to fail in that it doesn't go so far as to directly tell people who to vote for. That's because they've gotten smarter this time around. The first time around, they thought they could just stick their finger in your face and tell you how to vote. This time, they know who the type of people are that are going to watch this. So they know that they don't have to say, go vote for so-and-so, because they know that if they can mobilize the type of person that will think this video is funny, the low intellect, they know how they're going to vote.
My first time with a woman was 2016. It felt good, but it ended badly.
My parents weren't allowed to do it until 1965, so I do it every chance I get.
We have the numbers, we have the power, we can do this.
Come do it with us, November 6th.
Our generation is the largest group of voters in the country.
Let's rise up, register, and let our voices be heard.
Again, you can see the subtle self-awareness of this ad. They are learning. The fact that you have Chris Evans say something like, well, the first time I voted, it didn't go well. What they're saying is, I didn't vote for Trump and we lost the election. And last I checked, Chris Evans had completely gone off the deep end in terms of his online personality. I thought the dude was pretty normal. But then I noticed something new on his profile picture, which hopefully I can pull up here. And we'll see exactly what may have happened to Chris Evans. What may have happened to him. Are you ready? Dun, dun, dun! What do we have here? What do we have here? We've got a 4th degree soy face. And you see, we can check his Twitter profile and see. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me with this? What's the purpose of this? Was there no other vitriol you could spew to rile up your base and deepen this country's divide? Dog pictures, Trump, anti-Trump stuff, pictures about what looks like music, politics. Here he is screeching at Kanye West. I think Derek Blackman had a really high reply on this too, a self-filleting. There's nothing more maddening than debating someone who doesn't know history and doesn't read books and frames their myopia as virtue. The level of unapologetic conjecture I've encountered lately isn't just frustrating, it's retrogressive, unprecedented, and absolutely terrifying. Okay, we get it, Chris Evans. We get it. You own a thesaurus or you subscribe to Grammarly. Congratulations. You still sound dumb. That tweet is more about blowing yourself than anything else. And when Kanye West went on Saturday Night Live, he talked about literally being bullied backstage by the staff and the actors on the show. And look, Kanye West is a bit out there, and he said some crazy things, but I think his message about the breakup of the black family being a strong determinant of their success is an undeniable fact. It's a fact that Democrats don't talk about because they need people on welfare, because those are guaranteed votes. That's just the reality of it. And I know this video, I'm coming off a little more conservative than I probably am, but I want both parties to be good. I think when you get your best is when you have 2 or even 3, God forbid, options that are all very good. It forces other candidates to get better. Iron sharpens iron, and you get what's best for this country. Right now, what we have is a conservative party that is winning by default because the Democratic or liberals have gotten lazy. Ever since the culture war, they won the culture war, they are lazy and they think they can just tell people what to do and they just know what's best. And that's why they lost. Hillary Clinton lost the election because she got lazy. She didn't visit states like Wisconsin and Michigan enough. She lost them. Okay? Laziness is not good for this country either. I want the Democrats to be good. I want the Republicans to be good. And I want at least one third party to compete as well. What won't lead to this are propaganda commercials from Hollywood actors from the Marvel Universe. I mean, is anybody really surprised when a Hollywood elite comes out as liberal? I mean, whose minds do you think this is going to change? And the idea that, oh, well, the guy that plays Captain America says I should vote for the Democrats, I should probably do that. The idea that that would change anybody's mind is absurd. And as long as the Democrats continue to flounder and try to take this position of moral authority and self-righteousness, they will continue to lose and lose and lose. And that's just not good for this country. This country is, like I said, best when we have multiple strong options, not a giant douche or a turd sandwich. And by the way, Marvel, look, you actors, you know, you have every right to have an opinion and to voice it. But Disney, if you're listening, having your actors out there parading as political activists is not a good look. This type of video is going to make some people not want to go see the next movie. Now, I'm sure you don't give a shit because you're literally printing money at this point, but there is an end to the gravy train. Just ask the Democrats, for example, of how that feels. I don't want my Hollywood actors getting shoved in my face telling me how to vote. Just because you have a lot of money doesn't make you smart. Just because you can act doesn't make you smart. And I know this, and the most of the American people know this. So please, can we stop with the cringe campaign? And actually, if you're going to do a political ad, people from Marvel, maybe do one that isn't dumb, one that relies on facts, one that targets a specific issue other than just, well, you're dumb if you don't do what we say. Maybe you'll be more effective in the next election. Hey, remember to register to vote, everyone. And look, vote for who you want to vote for. I'm not afraid of who you vote for. The more people that vote, the better it is for this country. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.